Tribe and potential tribe members, welcome back or welcome to the community. As we all know, I love y'all and I thank you so much for the support and your time, your effort, your sincerity. You know what I mean? We're not going into 2020 without my humblest gratitude being expressed. I love y'all and I really genuinely mean my humblest gratitude. I love y'all. I don't know y'all, but you can feel love. It's not about a face-to-face thing. It's about an energy. And I definitely want to let y'all know I'm super proud of y'all. By the things we've had on these many little areas in my office, in my sanctuary, these many altars. Listen. Song said you better act like you know. Swear. I'm gonna light the stage for y'all. I love y'all and I thank y'all so much. This lighter don't want to light now? Wow. I'm not going to get up. But I really genuinely appreciate y'all. What the fuck? Oh, did us the wrong one, I'm sorry. If y'all could hear the music in the background, y'all know I don't own the copyrights to none of that. This final purge is finally coming to an end. So I'm going to start getting my voice back right. Chakra, throat chakra looking good. Let's get into the reading, y'all. I don't like to ramble, but y'all know I love y'all. We gotta talk about things sometimes. And it ain't never too much time took up in me expressing my humblest thanks, okay? Moon cycles, and yes, look at that. I mean, Ace of Sword and the Queen of Sword. I feel like this cycle, look, take back your power. With the Two of Swords, all swords. Pay attention to the moon cycle, guys. We had this in a recent video before. I really feel like there's a mental purge coming here. We talked about in another reading, doing these pretty much dailies. There's a shift in the conscious. And you will know it consciously. This is also a new level of structuring emotion with logic and wisdom. We have just a little more time here. We have two cards of love with new love and love. Alright guys, let's get into the reading. The cards could stand alone. It could all be interpreted together. We'll always relay the message how it's meant to be. Alright? Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Ooh. I heard take them, and we're going to take them. Anything else here? Interesting. I heard no specifically, and I thought we were going to get more than that. Just a little more time at the bottom of the deck again. Was not what you expected. We have future and a lot for a little. I feel like in this upcoming cycle, definitely effective. Right after these, I feel like immediately after that moon cycle energy. What do we have coming up here? For where I'm at, we had a new moon in Capricorn, Christmas. We got a full moon in January in Cancer on January 1st, where I'm at, okay? Well, yeah, that makes sense. Immediately. So it looks like you're going into 2020, January 1st, with the moon cycle, with a much better future here. Six of Pentacles, things being balanced in your physical world. Finally having a new lease on your health, a new lease on your physical reality. I do feel a energy of karmic justice here, where things or people or situations that didn't serve you before, you're coming to terms with a very self-loving process, however that fits for you. It's almost like a proper categorizing of the way certain dynamics are just always going to be with certain people. It's almost an energy of, yeah, well, I can't change people, so only the ones who want to be changed and transformed by what I have to offer. You can only offer Six of Pentacles. You can only offer what you have to offer. The time, the effort, the attention, the energy, the emotions, whatever it is. You know, all sixes relate to the Lover's card. So even in the Pentacles, it's an aspect of soulmate experiences here, right? With the Emperor and the Hierophant 45 card here. It's interesting here because that brings us to a 9 and we have 6. So that's like the 69 yin-yang type energy I'm feeling. I feel like a spiritual balance based on, a worldly balance because of the assistance and the emergence of the divine. You know, the yin-yang energy I feel with this is a true co-creative energy. It's very beneficial. You guys, go back downstairs. I'm recording. Come on, man.
What hurts?
Oh, thank you, baby. She wants a hug. I love you. I love y'all. Hey, you can go downstairs. Okay.
Oh, get the top.
You're getting a lot of love. Definitely. You're going to be getting a lot of love and attention from people. Go downstairs now.
Come on, nigga.
Just as this interruption of love. Want to come in with the hugs and the kisses and I love you, aunties and mama and all this. Seven of Swords. I feel like a part of this Seven of Swords and merging with that energy there, it feels like an energy of some of you, yeah, you're going to be a little like skeptic when it comes to all of this attention. Because I definitely feel like attention picks up, and especially in the Six of Pentacles energy. A return in the energy you've given out thus far, I feels immediately moving into January. It's an energy of receiving. Time, effort, energy, attention, love. We talked about this. Okay, it makes sense. You're getting a lot for a little here from the divine. 7 is a very divine number. It also relates to the Chariot. It also relates to your success. Chariot also is that duality energy, right? These cards are intertwined. It's interesting because when we do these readings, the bulk of the reading is always different than the pre-shuffle. What are we doing here, divine? Are we clarifying or opening a new spread? What are we doing here? I feel like these two cards had a lot to say. It was all together, but at the same time, it felt like different things for different people. You know what I mean? Excuse me, tribe. You guys are on a whole new wave, and it's like it's this energy here where you're going to vibe well with a lot of different people, a lot of different places. And I feel like the divine is telling you it's still important to determine the right energies to be around continually. I do feel a strong energy where you're going to be attracting in a lot. We have a lot for a little. You're just being your authentic self, right? I feel this energy where people are just drawn into you. Seven of Swords. And you're going to have discernment when it comes to recognizing what's best for you. We have card number 33 here, which mirrors the 6 energy. A lot of divine connections. And I feel like you are going to have to very much so categorize them moving forward. 6 of Pentacles. Because you can't give your time, effort, energy, and resources to just everyone, you know? 33 with the Empress energy magnified, right? You have a lot to give, but everything in moderation, right? Not only that, but give to the deserving. They're telling me when you give to the deserving, it's given back tenfold. When you're given to the knowingly undeserving, that's when you see that it's not like it comes back tenfold, right? Because your blessings aren't for everybody, and that's the truth. Sometimes you slow down your blessings when you're around the wrong people. 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Some of you are going to have to protect your energy. It's almost like it's a come up, and people see the come up, and some people are genuine, and you know, align with your vibration, and some people are just like a bug to a light. And that's just the reality of life at the same time. I mean, some shit is just kind of unavoidable, right? Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. 5 of Swords. Absolutely. Every time I get this in this deck, it's immediately like a setting boundaries kind of card to me. You know? It's like a knowing the truth and drawing the line from there. Establishing your boundaries. It's also a 2 energy here, which is a duality energy. Establish your boundaries moving forward, and there will be strong gain in there. And you know, I hear prosperity. 5 of Swords, Page of, Knight of Cups, 2 of Cups, Page of Swords, Tower, Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Let me feel the energy, guys. This has been such an interesting reading, low-key. It's almost like I want to watch it back when I'm done. As I read this collectively, you know, I read 5's more personal to self. I'm just noticing the stars at each end of the line here. There's a star. Stars are often a sign of creation. I'm seeing these sticks as 2 wands. I really think you're taking control over your power with the wand here. Control over your creation here with the star. You've come out of the emotional realm. You're in the sand and not in the water. You're cloaked in this green, I'm hearing specifically like cloak, like a veil. You're protected in this heart chakra energy. Back to that creative energy. We know we create from the heart. You've gotten one mentally here. When it comes to yourself and others, your boundaries are set. You're protecting your creations. You're protecting your vibration. You know, with the Wandsy energy here. I really feel like, well, like we said, a lot for a little. Establishing these boundaries is what helps you gain a lot. It was just a little bit of tweaking in your, I'm hearing specifically generosity. This is a sword. This could also be like the way you communicate with people. For some of you, you are always there to aid someone. That was just 14:44 on the clock, which is 4:44. A lot of you were quick to aid people. And at whose expense? Because Five of Swords is a personal energy in the way that I read. I feel like a part of regaining your boundaries, your time, effort, energy, resources, right? And learning how to be of assistance to others and for yourself in a healthy manner. I'm hearing moderation again. I feel like in the process of learning how to set and actually apply these healthy boundaries has really helped you see who your true companions are, who your true tribe is. I do believe we had a hermit energy before and when we were shuffling, and I'm definitely seeing a hermit energy in these cloaks here. But with it being in green, different from the hermit, I really feel this energy of you've exceeded that hermit stage. Being that this is a minor arcana card, right? This is still in the karmic suits. This is in reference to having to deal with others. It's very interesting the way that this card is coming across in your reading, because everything is really a yin yang. You know how I read cards. Although it's, to me, a personal card, they're really drawing me to the fact that there's more than one person in this card. And the imagery here is very significant for you. This little mountain in the back, I feel like you had to get past that before. But I feel like you didn't choose to. It's like an energy of you didn't climb the mountain. You were wiser than climbing the mountain. You chose to go within yourself. Remember I told you an energy of coming out of the water onto the sand, right? Onto land. I feel this energy where you didn't do the average and just, cut corners or, which is like, how could climbing a mountain be cutting corners? Listen, it's easier. It's also something about how this is earthly energy and this is spiritual energy. It's a different process to overcome something in a worldly way and to overcome something in a spiritual way. To overcome something in a way where you're having to dive deep into yourself, your own emotions, your own level of spirituality, your own vibration. Seeing the hidden truth of yourself and the hidden truth of taking a more spiritual approach. They're also bringing me here, for some of you, this used to be a religious thing, where before you would have gone to the worldly fix, And it's no disrespect, but the way they're explaining explaining it is, in climbing the mountain, you're trying to give everything to the divine and just wait for things to happen, right? Going about the daily days, right, which will be climbing the mountain. But in spirituality, you learn the difference in. I heard somebody tell me the answers on the song. You learn that faith with self. I heard indulgence. It's almost this energy of they're both hard, right? Either way, no matter how you face difficult situations, Five of Swords, right? In the mind or otherwise. If it's in the sword energy, it's in your physical space anyways. It's almost this energy of no matter how you face difficulty in your experience, taking the spiritual route will always be with more ease. Neither one is easy, but one comes with more ease. When you climb the mountain, take on a worldly approach, you have to get up, you have to get across, then you have to get down, right? But when you take the spiritual journey, you have to flow, right? You have to learn how to no longer fight the current. Even if it's first taking you in this direction, you trust that it'll get you where you need to be, right? I like that. You learn that If sometimes life lessons are hard either way, I might as well walk in faith and walk in the divine energy rather than leaning on my own understanding or others' advice. You learn how to take your lessons to the divine, the true teacher. And with the true teacher, you don't have to overstudy. You don't have to get advice. You don't have to do anything but simply listen and apply. Effortless and effort, right? We talked about before how it's interesting that they let us know that effortless comes before effort. You have to be in the energy of effortless in order to get the right direction anyways. And then you apply. So in anything that you're creating or aligning to moving forward into the future, never start your projects, never start your connections, never start your thoughts with chaos. Start it with faith, right? Rest assured that taking the spiritual approach will always prove to be the best option. And again, for some of you, protect your creations. Protect your thoughts. Don't let others sway your belief. We will always, they're telling me specifically, like, we will always be the lesser, right? And they're using that word specifically. We will always be a part of the lesser. I mean, the road to your true life and your true authentic self is a path that is very narrow, right? And why is it narrow? Because few will walk it anyways. You know what I mean? If you're in a world full of different strokes for different folks, you better find your own. And I think you did. You're protecting your stroke. I'm not. Knight of Cups. They're bringing me to a Three of Cups energy here of a harmony within self. Not only the masculine and feminine energies held spiritually within yourself, but also this feels very spiritual to me. Feels like a divine offer. Feels like some of you they're bringing me specifically to being carried by faith. About how we talked about here, taking this path. It's almost this energy of, you know how they say where you were walking in the sand and you only seen two footprints, but the whole time you were being carried? It's the real energy of like that right here. I think moving into this future energy, you're going to be carried more often than not, right? It's an energy here of being so heavily invested in your heart that by law your reality has no choice but to bend to it. Boundaries, right? Recognizing you have the potential to tell, look at that, the sun. You have the potential to tell your reality, like, look, what to do, Seven of Cups. To create endless possibilities or align to endless possibilities. For some of you, back to boundaries. If you can align to any endless possibility, then you better be careful in which one you align to, right? You've learned that. Out of all the many thoughts you have, either in relationships or career or life or decisions, if you stay dwelling on many different, look at that, it's back, no man, I shuffled it, and I thought to myself, I wish I didn't shuffle it. If you only focus, if you're focused on the many different potentials and options you created for yourself, then it will be hard to find which one you're taking action on actually bringing into a physical space, right? Out of spirit, right? Out of a cup energy into reality. Sword, right? Inspiration leads to action. Inspiration. You may definitely be inspired on a soulful level early 2020. Something that makes you kind of want to pursue a higher understanding, or kind of puts you in a position where you feel like there is more to learn, right? Sometimes you get in a position in your experience where you think you're doing so well, or you think you've learned so much, you know what I mean? Or you jump too far ahead, right? I've created so many different options for myself, so I'll hold off until the right one comes along. Sometimes you gotta pick in the moment. That's for some of you. Oh my God, are you serious? Some of you guys, they want me to keep talking about it, apparently. Tower. Tower twice. Some of you guys really have to bring into... I really feel like I'm trying to like not be... I want to soften this. Fantasy. I really tried to avoid... It was subtle, but it's apparently important. Fantasy. Illusion from reality. Right? Some of you are... Again, they're saying too far in the future. There's things that's unfolding and you can feel it happening, but you're envisioning it happening now. And they're kind of like wanting you to have more patience. It's almost like this energy of, in order for it to ground in your present moment, you're going to have to be in your present moment. The best way to predict the future is to create it, right? If you're still in the future, then you're still not in your present time. It's this energy of bring it back to the now. If you feel like you've got all the details, all of the plans worked out, the many different ways it's going to unfold, right? It's almost like they're showing me like a game board that has different spots to land on until you win, right? You still have to start somewhere. Your piece has to start on nothing, right? I really feel this energy where they want you to go into 2020 with a clean, clear vision. It's almost this energy of taking all of these ideas, all of these opportunities, and really honing in on what's best, what's actual, right? What I keep hearing that, and that's not the word I want to use. It's like, what can be done now? Where can I start now? Start on one. In the last cycle, you were on a 10. Yeah, that was the last cycle. You hit a 10 because you needed to close that shit out. They're telling you it's okay to kind of like, I'm seeing it like, just like the Seven of Cups. They want it to be one. Where are your... Something very important here on getting certain on where to start. Picking one direction. Five of Swords again. Three of Cups. That's the Three of Cups energy we had here. But now this is the Four of Cups. Divine opportunity. I really feel this energy of you getting a divine opportunity, right? And in order to begin the process in this divine opportunity, essentially to tell the universe, right, that you accept this opportunity out of all the ones you have. It's almost this energy of the divine saying, we need you to let us know this is to finalize. There's something here about finalizing something spiritually. These are all cups. This is spiritual. Finalize something spiritually. Let the divine know specifically what direction you want them to assist in so they can have the leeway they need. You know that we have to give our divine team permission to do certain things in our experience because of free will. This is like free will, and you given the divine permission to act on your behalf to move you to the next level. We go from a 1 cup here to a 2 cup here, to evolve you, to get centered in what direction you're really moving in this next emotional investment. Is the way they're bringing it. Emotional investment. Because again, if you're starting something new, then you're investing in something and putting in the work. That's investing, right? They're telling me to light my incense. There's something here that's really giving you great emotional reward in a new way. And I do feel like it's going to provide much more emotional sustenance. Not only that, but with us having 1, 2, 3, 7, it's going to evolve quickly. And soon you're going to be faced with more decisions. And you definitely don't want to get an opportunity and be faced with more decisions before you've actually come to a concrete decision on the decisions you have at hand. Shit, decisions. Right? Shit. Magician energy, I feel. A lot of this is a part of your co-creation, but everything in here is not what serves you. Everything in here is not where you need to start. Absolutely. And some shit, they brought me to that here. Eat quick. Some shit you do have to still remove. Fantasy, things like that. People, past opportunities, Hierophant, Queen of Swords, Lovers. Bottom of the deck energy. Justice, 2 of Cups, one of these things. Page of Swords. For some of you, you have to stop looking around you to find what's best for you. Page of Swords. Stop looking external to you in a physical way, right? What's up with lighting today? Page of Swords. I'm feeling this energy of looking for things in a worldly way. It's almost this energy of you feeling like now that you're back on land, right? You're coming out of this, I feel like a cycle. This whole water process. Well, we kept getting that drowning channeling, remember? That drowning energy here, you've come out of that cycle. It's almost this energy of now that you're back on land, you're feeling like you have to do things a certain worldly way, and the divine is saying, no. Take the knowledge you've obtained here and apply it here in a way that's chariot energy, like we said before, right? Where it's opposing energies or different energies, but you finding that cohesive balance. Like we talked about everything up here. It's all about balance, the duality. That fine line, that boundaries, right? Well, fine line. I really wish the lighting was better so you guys could see that little line in the sand. Anyways, that's what I'm really feeling, because there's things that's coming up that you're not expecting. And if you're chasing down clues from a worldly perspective or trying to go back to lean on your own understanding, if you're going back to that, then this tower is going to be more shocking in the way that it wasn't meant to be. Remember, free will is a motherfucker. Keep the good vibes going. Keep the effortless and the proper effort and the internal spiritual understanding. Hold tight to the vision you finally decided on. Hold tight to your authenticity. Hold tight to keeping that healthy balance between your masculine and feminine energy. Your masculine and feminine energy also relates to the spiritual aspect of yourself and the worldly aspect of yourself, right? They're bringing me to an energy of an elder energy with this feminine energy and a youthful energy with this masculine energy. We know the masculine energy can also relate to the inner child, right? Roots are really secure in what you've created for yourself. And once you finally see, for some of you this is mastering your craft, mastering It's a mastery energy. Whatever it feels like, take that, apply it to how it applies, because a lot of you have been working on different things. You've come into your own. For some of you, you're really finding your niche here. And it's almost like even though it's different than others, just accept it. Because that's what changed your experience. That's what took you off past cycles and ways of thinking, mental patterns and behaviors. You've come off of that. Accept your differences as uniqueness, because that's what it is. No matter what your difference is, it's beautifully, uniquely your own. Some of you really need to be comfortable in your own skin. Six of Cups with the Page of Cups, High Priestess, Six of Swords, and the Death card want to be seen with the Four of Pentacles. You guys, you are fucking amazing. No matter what. I'm not going to give examples, because no matter what mean no matter what. You are fucking amazing. You are fucking divine, and you are an ever-evolving being. You're growing by experience. And you're very grateful to even have the opportunity to have experience, especially to take on a physical vessel. There should be nothing that can knock you. As long as you wake up and have the ability to take on prana, shit, it's a good day. With that kind of vibration, gratitude is the gift that keeps on giving. You can find gratitude in everything. And being and shit, I can't even get my words out, because words ain't shit. That's physical space. We don't need words in spirit. How often, especially for y'all with strong abilities, you understand that you're more likely to intuit, they're saying, but you're more likely to hear divine guidance in your mental, either in your own voice, internal voice, or the unique voice of the guide speaking with you, right? It's always, I won't say always, but it's typically an internal exchange, right? That's how it is in spirit. They won't let me avoid saying it. Speak through your spirit. I'm keeping this as a prominent energy. Speak through your spirit, yo. You have the opportunity to transform your reality independently and with the assistance of the divine, to really speak your truth and have stability on a soulful level. Four of Wands. It's going to be, I really feel that energy still of an immediate change come 2020. And shh. They brought me to that in the pre-shuffle. She's like, shh. They're not going to budge. They're not going to tell you this secret, but they're just like, it's coming. Yeah, rest easy. A lot of us have been really tired around this last month. And they're getting our energy ready. Because you got to be grateful. You have to be immensely grateful. 4 to the 5. You have to be a deaf. Absolutely. 6 of Cups, 4, 5, 6. You have to be extremely grateful for the process. And that's 2 Cups. Death card, Major Arcana. And that's 3 Cups. 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Be very grateful for the process. That now brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the Death card. Listen. 6. Sixes can also speak about communication. That could be breaking communication barriers, I was just about to say, having a lot of confidence in yourself to really convey what it is you want to fucking say. And for some of y'all, it's that Joe Budden's line I say often. I can't quote people because I just can't. But you only see what I want to show, and you only, and what did I say? You only see what I want to show. I don't know that I keep hearing, and you only know what I want you to know. Take that how it applies. The World and the King of Wands energy here. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like this reading is just strongly suggestive of you recognizing your future is not equivalent to your past at all. And it's always because I really feel this hella, I did not mean to say hella twice, but it is a hella feeling of like a little bit of doubt. Like, yeah, every year I feel like something's going to change. Every year I got resolutions. Every year this, every year that. But this is the year that it's like, my dude, all those years you still had so much healing to do. All those years you still had so much doubt. You still had so much resistance. It takes mastery to get to the Empress. High Priestess energy. And the way that I read cards, you go through all the minor arcana suits before you embody the energy of a major arcana. You even have to get through the court card energies before you can embody the energy of a major. And this energy felt significant enough. Remember, I put it up here. You have to recognize your own progress. It feels assured. Look, I mean, seriously. It just took patience. It just took courage. It just took holding on to your vision. Pinnacle, your vision. It took time to be in the physical space. It took having the right vibration. Having it in your fucking vibe that you are designed to succeed. You had to reach that point before you can actually embody the energy of design to succeed. It's one thing to think you have the energy of design to succeed, right? It's one thing to think. It's one thing to feel, right? It's one thing to see signs and synchronicities and shit. It's one thing to have them little vibrations and shit. But it's a whole nother thing to actually embody it. Presently in the energy at all times, right? And I say stability on a soulful level. One. Again, right? You guys are having success, achievement, recognition. I just heard connections on a soulful level that are going to be very rich. Just mix rewarding and enriching together. Listen, y'all have a lot to look forward to. Please don't doubt. I love y'all. I got a lot of faith in these messages. I really do. I really do. I have a lot of faith in divine offerings. It just, you guys have to be very assured on what, it's like pick a direction so we can absolutely shoot the roller coaster off, right? Pick a direction. Tell us what you want us to do. You got the juice now, Grandma. I love y'all. I really feel this way. I really do. I love y'all. Okay, listen. Y'all just want me to get another card. We're going to get one card. Anything. I always say that like they didn't bring me to the surrenders. Okay. Main thing that needs to be surrendered here. Because again, I do feel that doubt. I do feel that doubt. I do feel that energy of releasing old, like outdated beliefs of yourself, right? Surrender worry. Worry is what? Doubt. All these lower vibrational words are all the same as fear. Even I had to learn that. You know what I mean? 3:33 on the clock. All lower vibrational shit. Look, the opposite of love is fear. So anything lower vibrational is coming from fear. And this worry is fear. Do not fear change. Don't fear victory. Don't be stubborn thinking that, oh shit, another year. You know, it's still going to feel the same, be the same. Don't get to putting yourself in an energy where you almost rob yourself of your own victories. Anything else here? I mean, anything other than being assured would be robbing yourself. Surrender to setting limits. Healthy boundaries with people, places, things, nouns, addictions, substances, right? Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Everything ain't for everybody. And for damn sure, a divine being ain't for everybody. You just gotta accept that. Period. Surrender to your intuition. You're divinely guided. All these wands out here, you tapped in. All these cups out here, you tuned in. Those are all spiritual space. I know I just seen 4:44 on the clock. I mean 44:44. But listen, you're on the best side of things. You just surrender to the magic around you. As I almost said, you just gotta surrender to the magic that's possible and is unfolding. It's magical shit happening, and the divine is telling you it's happening. So don't put up defenses just because you feel a new vibration. New can come in all kind of ways. You know? New can show up in a lower vibrational way to start because it had to match his vibe in order to remove it, right? Sometimes, if you got some lower vibrational past shit still lingering in you, sometimes, and it's like, when you don't identify, we talked about this before, when you don't identify shit within, everything starts in spirit first, right? Everything. So before it hits reality, right? If you're able to identify it before it hits reality, that's one thing. But sometimes we don't identify it within ourselves before it hits reality. And sometimes when it hits reality, it shows up in a lower vibrational way. But when we see it mirrored back to us, as water often does, right? Water is a mirror. Spirit is a mirror. It shows you what's internal. Always. That's what the fuck it does. You manifest from within. You create from within. You create from the heart. The divine resonates in your heart. All things is one while all things being separate. I think y'all understand what I'm saying, being my tribe. And newbies may not understand, but I love y'all so much. I feel like I want to go so much deeper into it, but surrender to creativity, wanting to be seen. Surrender to your full power. I know that's right. Surrender resentments behind that, and surrender negative thinking. Surrender the passion behind that. Absolutely. And surrender worry, wanting to be seen again. Everything is working out for your benefit. Look at that. Surrender your fear of change. Like I said, all that lower vibrational shit is just fear. Nothing more than fear. All lower vibrational experiences stem from fear. Find the fear. You're able to remove it. Right? It's a game of find the fear. So surrender fear, guys. Surrender fear. Surrender negative thinking, want to be seen again. Lower vibrational energy can resonate in the mind. The mind is a part of the physical. So catch it in the mind before it's manifested into the physical. They're the same language, so fucked up shit tends to manifest faster. It's the same language. We're on a lower vibrational plane, so of course it's easier to manifest lower vibrational shit. But when you're diligent, committed, truthful, good intentions, and assured that good shit is meant to happen to you, that is a part of your experience, is meant to happen to you, then you begin to manifest the good shit. It's a little harder to manifest, right? That's just truth. But it's very much so possible. And it manifests faster when your dominant thoughts, actions, emotions, behavior, whatever, is in the same alignment with that positive nature, positive goal, right? So when you're controlling what you can, right? Staying as positive as you can and surrendering what you can't, with the positive belief and expectation that the positive beings in this world, excuse me, throat chakra, baby, not only letting that cold go, but listen, when you are surrendered to your knowing that the divine energies beyond you are working and constantly conspiring in your favor, then the good shit begins to manifest and happen more often and more rapid. But remember, we create, we align, and we feel and we think based on our dominant direction, either in our thoughts or our actions. You know what I'm saying? The direction. Either you're going in a positive direction or a less favorable direction. Believe. Believe that all things are working out for your good, and they absolutely will. I love y'all. I guess I'm rambling at this point, but I love y'all. Y'all have a great one.